Hello, hello. Steve, Canadian Sasquatch, coming at you with another Thirsty Thursday mead review. And first, let's get some business out of the way. Number one, as always, mead methodologies from Amazon. You can get it through the store down below. Through that same link, you can link up to my shirts. Also, other mead making supplies can be found all within my store down there. The link is down below. And for you acute viewers out there, Mead Monday, you would have seen it in the last Thirsty Thursday. Mead Monday is coming back this coming Monday. That's right. Send me your questions and I'll answer them as best as I can on Mead Monday. So stay tuned for that. If you want to be notified about that, hit the subscribe button down below and ring that bell right beside it. And as soon as that video posts, you'll get a notification and you can become part of the hashtag notification squad. So there you go. And with that, let's go ahead and get into this week's Not Mead. So I've run out of commercial meads. Still unemployed, so I won't be going out and buying any. So I will be going through the various stuff that I have laying around, and I do have a lot laying around. So, but as I said, we're not doing a mead this week. We're doing a braggot. We are doing the Braggin Squatch Braggot. So let's get that out of the way. What is a braggot? A braggot is a beer and a mead that are combined. And there's three ways you can do that. The obviously one is you take a beer, you take a mead, and you just blend them. That's a common way to do it. Another way to do it is you take your mead and you grab some malted grains and you toss that into the mead. Now it's a braggot. And the third way, of course, and it's also the way that I usually do it, well, it's the way I only do it so far, is you take your beer and you just put a bunch of honey in there. So that's essentially all a braggot is a beer with honey, a mead with malted grains, a blended beer and mead. That's a braggot. So this one, the Braggin Squatch Braggot, was the first braggot that I ever did. It was for the SJPorr Challenge 2014. So bottling date was 2014 05/10, so that's May 10th of 2014, 12.1%. And the challenge that year was to brew your best beer. And typically for me, my best beer is the last one that I made or the current one that I made. So I just went ahead and decided to come up with a braggot. So we'll go through the ingredients here. So wahia honey. If you've been a fan of the channel, you know I use a lot of wahia in all the stuff I do. It's great tasting and it's local to me. So that's what I use a lot of. Maris Otter, Carapils, Caramel 40, Pale Chocolate Malt, Cacao Nibs, Madagascar Vanilla Beans, and Amarillo hops. So normally when you list the ingredients, you'll list them in order of amount. You may have noticed that the honey was first. So when I do a braggot, which is adding honey to beer, I take the total amount of grains and I add that amount of honey. So if I have 12 pounds of grains total, I add 12 pounds of honey. That's just the way that I do it. Then you get like the 12%. So on this side, shows you the temperature and serving vessel. So the temperature is 60F or 15C in a snifter. And of course we got our trusty snifter. little bit more reading still. The Braggin Squatch is always one-upping you. Oh, you caught a 2-pound trout here? Well, I caught a 20-pound steelhead for you fishing nuts out there. There is no tail he won't try to out-tail. Just like the flavors found in this beverage, you won't know what you are tasting, but you'll keep telling bigger and bigger stories about it. So there are some YouTube reviews from the SJPorr challenge on this when it was fresh. We're gonna crack it open. Oh, there was a little tiny hiss. I was not expecting that. We'll get into that. So I will link those down below. I was gonna check to see if I did one myself. I don't remember if I reviewed this myself. I usually do, but I don't remember. So that will be linked down below as well. So when I made this, it was a braggot. I was going for a chocolate braggot. So just I don't even know what style beer I was going for. Just a bunch of tasty grains. So probably an English pale beer, and then a bunch of chocolate, and then of course the honey. It was supposed to be carbonated, but I have issues bottle conditioning, anything over 10% usually. So yeah, that's a thing. With that, it's not carbonated. Well, it wasn't carbonated. It is now. There's that little tiny hiss, and now I'm getting some bubbles. So yeah, so there it is. It's nice reddish. When I hold it up like this, it's a ruby brown, dark red, brownish, very pretty. Yeah, that's an exciting color. So let's go ahead and get the aroma. Right off the bat, that wahia honey is right there, just smacks you in the face. Some of that chocolate is in there. I'm getting some like prune, dark fruits like that, prune, raisin. And you can smell that 12% on there, so you know it's a little boozy. And you do get, just because of that wahia honey, you do get some of that sweet aroma as well. Small hint of coffee, but it's like that nice chocolate flavors, or aromas, I guess, since I'm sniffing it. And a little bit of wood. I did not age this one on wood at all, so that's a little surprising, but so let's go ahead and get a taste on this. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for watching this Thirsty Thursday. It hits all my happy buttons. So right off the bat, raisin, chocolate, honey, boozy, and yeah, it's carbonated now, just ever so slightly. You're not going to be able to get ahead on that, but you do see some of the little tiny bubbles. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there are little tiny bubbles coming up, and they're hitting the underside of my tongue and just exploding, so you get that carbonation feel. Yeah, that nice chocolatey, kind of reminds me of like a chocolate rum cake, but I'm not getting any rum, but like those kind of flavors, the boozy chocolate cake type thing. That is just That was just delicious. I'm so glad I still have a couple bottles of this. It has been a long time since I've had one of these. So, again, it's the Braggin Squatch Braggot. As you know, I usually chill my beverages and then let it warm up. This one, with all my braggots, I actually just leave them at room temperature and crack them open right then and there. So room temperature, probably mid to low 70s in here right now. So I know that with the braggots that I do, chilling them just detracts from them. It doesn't bring out the flavors, because what happens is the colder they are, the less you can actually taste. That's why you're supposed to drink your lagers from those big companies, why they want to be served at 32 degrees. So your tongue's frozen and you can't taste anything. The better the beer, warm it up, at least with the bigger ones like this. A little bit of like a licorice anise flavor is coming through as well now. But yeah, that is oh so pleasant. So with braggots, and a lot of the bigger beers and such, carbonation isn't really an issue. You can have them carbonate, you can have them still. Like I said, I was trying to carbonate it. It didn't work. 4 years later, it has a light carbonation now. It's been tasty all the way through. Just changes the perception of flavor and sweetness because it explodes in your mouth. It's like a full-bodied beverage. So yeah, I think this is like definitely one of my most favorite beverages that I've ever created. I have to give myself a thumbs up on that. It's just delicious. So like I said, other people have reviewed it for the SJPorr challenge. I'll have those links down below if I did this before. That too will be linked down below. So with that, my friends, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, thumbs down if you didn't, but let me know why you're giving me a thumbs down so I can fix it in the future video. And also remember, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you will see when the next video comes out, which will be Mead Monday. And with that, my friends, cheers, and be sure to have a pint of awesome. I know I will.